Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the moment you've been waiting for all day. The Ross and Nate podcast show with your hosts Ross and Nate.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you doing today? The day is Friday. It's 7:35. I'm feeling good because I'm alive. And so what the fuck's going on? Let me open up with this. I'm holding in my hands. I know you guys can't see it. It's a fucking bike cable lock that's been cut cleanly, you know? And so it's tax season, deadline tomorrow. We have
Actually, I think it's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yes.
Because it's a holiday.
It doesn't matter what day it is. I probably won't make it. So, but our guest today, let's introduce him. Nate, Jason Anderson, if I'm correct, right?
That's the words, yeah.
Yes. The levels are sounding pretty good. How's the microphones? They're not that fancy.
No, this is actually pretty. It's wireless.
It is.
It's good, yeah.
Yes.
Cut the cord just like bike cable.
We cut the cords,
We do,
yes.
we do,
Yeah, exactly. So tell us a little about yourself, you know? Give us the deets.
yeah. I do kind of want to backpedal a bit.
Sure.
So Uncle Sam stole your bike?
No, I was just relating how someone tried to cut the cable lock on the back tires.
They didn't try. They did it.
They did, yeah.
That was really cut.
No,
yeah.
I walked out today. Yeah, you ever have like a bad feeling your gut? And so I was shaving this morning, and my peripherals caught this homeless guy who I've helped before, but and given food and shit. But when I saw him walking from the gate area, I'm like, I just got this bad feeling because there's no. I'm used to him on the dumpster side. I'm used to everybody on the dumpster side. But when the homeless guy's on the regular path side, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they wander.
And then, you know, so he was frolicking amidst my patio area, and I walked out there, and I'm all, Nate, the damn cable lock's cut. Look. And he had like a...
That's true? He did that?
Yeah, he was like, Nate, come here and take a look at this. I'm like, uh-oh. And I was like, oh, well, our tires are still here. Our bike's still here. I'm totally happy with this.
He just cut the cable?
Cut
That was
the
it?
cable.
Just to show he could do it.
He's probably testing his new cable cutters.
Good. Well, that's good. Now he knows. Yeah.
I've actually seen, like, walking in Walmart in the bike section, a fucking bike lock cut. Like somebody went to the bike
holler.
to the cutter
Well, now-
section and then took it to the bike section to see if it actually worked.
See, so now my anger is transitioning to curiosity. Like, was this a Swiss Army knife or a toenail clipper? Like something like really small that went through that?
Seems clean, like clean cut. Yeah.
It's clean cut.
Yeah.
Like, what does that?
You have a welder though. Why don't you just weld it back together?
I should weld it back together. Oh, okay, so let me just... I'll go with this just real quick. I want to say that it did make me think of the new scariest death in the world, which is like I pictured myself going after this homeless guy and, hey, what gives? Why'd you take you try? And then like he pulls out this blade on me, and can you imagine getting stabbed with a homeless knife? You have no idea where it's been. I mean, it's been cleaning fingernails, it's been opening cans, it's been scraping shoes, dog butts.
It is
like,
a multi-purpose tool.
Everything is like the most It's like a petri dish, basically. But go on.
I think beheading was still worse than that death.
Yeah.
That's still up there.
Drawing and quartering,
Yeah.
and then stabbed with a homeless knife. Oh,
What is drawing and quartering?
It's when they tie a horse to each limb and then have them go different directions,
4
northeast,
horses?
southwest.
That's a classy death. If you get the
And-
4 horses, it takes to one death.
Yeah, and they draw you open, and then they throw your intestines into a fire in front of
quartered.
you,
And you're quartered.
and then they
4
send the horses off,
Uh,
and then you're. But
all right, yeah.
this sucks. Jesus
Homeless
crazy.
knife is, yeah. It's
It
up
makes
there.
like a samurai death seem super good, huh? Like a clean
Seppuku?
death, like
Sudoku?
like Hattori Hanzo. Just the head's gone, just like done. So I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna let you guys talk now.
All right, there's a lot of bike lock.
Let
Intro
the bike
here.
locks.
Bike lock
Yeah.
stories.
So me, I'm here.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing
hey,
good, doing
hey,
good.
Jason
What's
Anderson.
up,
Mr.
Jason?
Anderson.
Yeah.
It seems you've been living 2 lives.
I've heard this for when the Matrix come out. Yeah. I don't know.
It's the bane of your existence.
Yeah, I've heard this a lot in my life. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I also get called Jason Alexander a lot ever since Seinfeld. Those are the 2 things that
Jerry,
happened to me.
come on.
Yeah, that's it. That's me in a nutshell. Matrix and the fat
You
bald
look
guy.
just like if Jason Alexander and Neo had a kid. So that makes
Wow,
sense.
it does make
the one kid. Yeah,
It's
the one,
the one kid.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah.
I don't know what I look like. Brendan Fraser and Keith or Sutherland had a love child, maybe something like that.
You're very white. Very white.
I'm
yeah.
very white.
Yeah.
I'll be white black.
Yeah.
Oh, so should we all talk about nationalities? We never even talked about that once on the show. We have 7 or 8 podcasts, and it's just, race doesn't matter here, so we don't ever talk about it. But I don't even know what you are, Nate. What are you? You some
I
sort
don't
of,
want to say Mexican, but I want to. I mean, obviously, I want to say Mexican. I'm super white.
I am Mexican.
Oh, the clothes, right?
You look like
right,
maybe
yeah.
Guamanian, Haitian.
You're saying yes to all those.
We met a friend, and she's like, Nate, I have a single friend. If you don't mind her being a stripper from Guam. I'm like, what the fuck? Who has a friend that's a stripper from Guam?
That's a good backstory.
And where's Guam anyway? That's the real question. I don't know. So what are you, Nate?
I'm into Guam.
Into Guam?
Into Guam. Well,
Okay.
I'm Mexican. My parents are Mexican. My parents were born in Mexico, so I'm first generation Mexican.
Do you know?
And I don't
like,
speak Spanish.
Do you know like what Mexican you are?
Yeah,
that-
like
that
from
is-
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, they came from Chihuahua.
Huh.
Nice.
So I'm Chihuahuan.
Chihuahuan.
Chihuahuanese. Yes, yeah. Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Italian, German, Norwegian, Scottish, like the whole Nordic mix with a spot of. I don't know.
Is Native American? I thought Native American was going to come in there. Almost every white person claims a little bit of Native American. No.
Yes.
Nothing.
I do.
Yeah. See how many? Like a 16th.
I'm part Sioux.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Sue is the one we say too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm also the mutt white. Mostly. Okay, so I got a good inbreeding story. So
Cool. I love inbreeding.
my great grandmother was Anderson with an E. And my great grandfather was Anderson with an O.
And they fought to the death.
They did in the O1.
Oh.
Yeah, so O is, but yeah, so it's Swedish and Dutch are the 2 main ones, and then a mutt of everything else too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing. You look up the history of the U.S., and I know there's like a lot of German farmers, and then one day I randomly looked up like a little like historical map. I'm like, dang, it's like all these German and Dutch, like all these farmers coming in the U.S., like, and, I mean, after the Indians, of course, okay. Let's just
Yeah,
be honest there. But, anyways, so, Nate,
What? I got a question for Jason.
Yeah.
What do you got going on this weekend?
Nothing, thank God.
You don't have any shows?
Yeah, no, nothing really big right now. Upcoming, I've got the next. I'm doing the World Series of Comedy. So it's like this like yearly thing that they do. Do you guys know about the World Series?
There's like
of
$1 million prize.
kind of ish. Like for comedy wise, it is. Yeah, but not money. Like because comedy, you don't get money. That's not part of the prize of comedy for the most part.
Is that like Laughs Unlimited or something?
The satellite is at Laughs, this one. So basically the way it works, yeah, they have a whole bunch of like satellites, and then they have a main event in Las Vegas. And so the winner of the main event in Las Vegas gets 52 weeks of work.
Wow.
So it'd be like it's all, like various clubs basically. So basically if I won, I'd be a professional comic.
Sick.
I could
Dang.
so not quit my job with what they'll pay you. Basically you'll get feature work at clubs, which is doing like maybe 30 minutes depending on the club. But you get like the whole weekend. So it'd be like a Thursday show, 2 Friday shows, and then 2 Saturday shows at like just various clubs. So pretty much it's I don't know. My chances are of winning. All comedy competitions are just. I mean, it's a competition, so it's not who's the funniest. It's who's just chosen kind of a thing. I mean, pretty much
Like-
all the guys that have been in these have been really
like
funny.
what fits all around for what they're looking for, not necessarily maybe the funniest. or-
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Like when Dave Chappelle was on Star Search, I'm pretty sure he didn't win too when he was on Star Search. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like I mean that's 'cause there's comedy.
Sometimes,
competitions.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to see that.
Yeah,
Is
and
it
it's-
online?
It is online. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Star
I know he wins at
Search.
least one round. I know he does go through, but I don't think he. I think he loses to a singer because
I
like it was
wonder-
like singers versus everybody.
Ooh,
It was,
yeah, tough call.
Yeah,
You
back
should
in
have
the day.
sang.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah.
He should have talked about green. No, I'm just kidding. Oh God.
So
Nate,
so me, I've
Kill
got,
your phone. This always happens, and every time he's like, "I'm gonna turn off my
Is it
phone
an
the
app?
next time."
if it's an app
Just
notification.
turn it off.
Get your farm.
No,
Get
it's
it.
It's a
someone-
little switch on the side.
Yeah.
Someone emailed me something about their balls.
Oh.
You have
Well,
email notifications.
At least it was important.
I can't
So-
turn those on. Do you have email notifications on your phone?
I do on some random stuff like Twitter and all this other random stuff.
But if it just okay. So if you get
Oh,
an
when it goes
email,
ba-ding.
yeah, like
Yeah.
every time you get an email, because I have like the main email, which is just all spam. So you don't ever if anyone emails me that, it just doesn't work.
Right.
I just pretty much make new emails every couple months. Like, yeah.
There's my phone goes ding dong, beep, ba-da, boom. But like if I narrowed it down to what really matters, like the 1 or maybe 3 people I'm interested in, like getting a text from or something, it would like never go off. So I should just like retune it and turn off all my settings. You know?
Be interested in more people. You just
Right, or be
branch
interested
out.
in more people.
Yeah.
Branch out. That's what I should.
Meet people.
Branch
Yeah,
out.
Talk.
That's
Yeah.
right. Wait, talk?
Yeah, it's this thing. Yeah, it's weird. It is.
Talking's overrated.
Oh, it's more to me. Back to me.
That's what I was going to ask. Is
First festival. I'm doing First Festival too. That's
the
coming
First
up.
Fest?
Yeah, First Fest here in Sac.
Wait, what was the other thing just called again?
World Series of Comedy.
World Series of Comedy.
Which is when and where?
It's Friday. What's today?
The
14th. So add 7. 21st. 21st. Yeah, I know my 7's timetables.
Right. And then what's the other thing you just said?
First Festival.
The First Fest.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for that. You guys are like '90s kids, kind of. Oleander,
Yeah.
remember Oleander?
Hey, Mickey, what's up? Go ahead.
That was that's '80s.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Oleander, you guys remember the band Oleander? I'm getting blank looks.
I
on
know
your
the
faces.
name.
No.
It's like heavy metal.
I walk alone. I'm Oleander. Okay, suck it down when I'm
All that she
loaded.
wants is another baby. Ooh.
Ace of Base. I'd be equally excited to open for them, but I'm Oleander's kind of the big band.
Oleander. No, I remember Oleander.
Big
now,
sack band.
yeah, it triggered in some like movie memory somewhere. But
Yeah, so they're like the big band of this festival. that
Oh,
I'm
cool. So it's like a
performing at.
rock
Cool.
show, and you're going to open as a comic.
Yeah, well, there's several comics. They're going to be doing it. There's like one actual comedy show within it, the High Anxiety Show. Corey Behringer and Cameron Betts, another like local Sacramento band. They're in the Kelps. But yeah, they have also a show too where they mix music with comedy. So there's that. There's basically it's a bunch of musical acts, and there's that one actual show, and then in between some of the bands are doing comedians.
so what tort do you like at the Steve's Candy? No, what sort of time slot do you get?
I know I'm on the main stage, and they haven't released all the exact times, but I'm doing the Saturday show, and then it's like midday up till before there's no one actually opening for Oleander, and then I think it's Arden Park Roots or right before them, and then someone does open for Arden Park Roots. So in theory, I could be that headliner spot. I don't know yet.
What's the longest you've ever done?
Like 45 minutes.
Hoy!
Yeah, I'm
Hoy,
working.
matey!
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm working on my hour right now. I have an hour together. I'm recording that album sometime this year. Got my little record deal.
Sweet.
But yeah,
Nice.
I need to actually do a lot more longer sets. But I'm at that point too. This year, I'm pretty much taking whatever show. Like this is a weird show to do. It's like it's a festival for music, not really a comedy thing. But
And where is it at?
it's in the park of the West. It's in West Sac, on the other side of the bridge. I don't.
The barn place? Maybe
No,
at the park, West Side.
the Riverwalk. It's at the West Sac Riverwalk.
It's not flooded?
It's not flooded now. Yeah, it's probably gonna be mushy still at the very best. Yeah.
He's doing it on a float.
I thought I saw a bunch of goats down there the other day.
Really?
Did they walk goats down there?
We have goats now?
They use them to trim the side hedges and stuff. No shit. They'll eat anything. So they bring
Yeah.
in herds. It's cheaper to bring in herds of goats.
To instead of weed whackers?
Yeah, but it could have been a goat outbreak.
Farm to fork capital.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's what we are now. Uh-huh.
Yeah. How close to the zoo was it?
It was-
Because of escape.
It wasn't that close.
It wasn't that close.
Sacramento. The zoos have goats.
Hey, Jason, I saw that you were on TMZ.
I was, yeah.
That's hella cool. Like,
Yeah.
I like that show.
Yeah, I do actually. It's one of those guilty pleasure shows. I
Yeah,
do kind of
for
watch
sure.
it too. I want to find out what's happening with Rihanna. I mean, you want to find out what's happening with Rihanna. What's in her life? But who doesn't want to be her friend?
Talk to me.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, so it's kind of a good it's a good thing just to have it for credit. I can say I'm on TMZ, but I like it because basically you comment on a story is what I do. I've been on a couple times now.
Nice.
So they give you they'll give you like a list of stories and say like pick a couple, and then they just kind of choose one for you to talk about. So it forces me to write a joke about a weird topic that I wouldn't normally.
Right.
It's kind of like a late night style joke too,
Yeah.
like of a Letterman style joke of what did I have recently? Donald Trump's son's broke his arm. Donald Trump's son's son. So Donald Trump's grandson broke his arm, so I had to write a joke. Basically, you can't write a joke about a kid, so I wrote a joke about Donald Trump Jr. Yeah,
Yeah, it's cool getting outside of the box and getting material. One thing that you brought up earlier was that if you did win this, what is it, the World Series comedy thing?
Yeah.
So here's the potential thing to think about is like you work now, right?
yeah.
Okay, so you work now, and we all dream about like winning the lottery or this and that, but the other side of that is like you wouldn't have like a lot of material sometimes from work. You probably get all sorts of stuff from work, right? Or no?
I thought
Like if
I
you
would.
stayed, do you think? Okay, here, let me rephrase the question, Junior. If you if you had just every day off to write comedy, do you think you could still do it like professionally and just like get it done, or do you think it would get like old, or no?
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to sit in my house. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just like living and being out there. So I mean, obviously,
Exactly.
just being at work and being around people, you do get some material, but it's so repetitive. Versus if I was out touring and like working clubs and being in different towns and meeting new
Yeah.
people and putting myself in different situations, I think you get more material doing that.
Just like
You know?
running errands.
And work can
Yeah.
be negative too. Like
Yeah.
if you like your job, great. But if you don't, then it's a sort it's slowly sapping all your energy that could be redirected. So
Yeah, I like what I do. I did have some material when I first started. I'm a private investigator, and then I work like repoing cars for people. So I get like a weird cross section of society that I deal with. That I do get a
yeah, it's like the undercurrents of
So when
Darkness.
when you're like repoing a car and they come out like super angry at you, you just start telling them jokes.
Yeah, oh no, I'm not that guy. Yeah, I do I'm all phones.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I find someone and like find your Facebook and figure out who your friends are, figure out where you hang out. I'm not like you haven't paid a car payment in a day or a couple months. I'm the you've been running for a year kind of guy when they hire someone like me.
oh okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun. It's one of those jobs that sounds really cool, and you're like I can tell people I'm a private investigator, and they're like, oh, that's neat.
Just like Magnum PI,
Is
right?
it- No, not at all. I do.
Dun, 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 dun,
When I got my
dun,
license,
dun.
I did buy a sport coat and like a neon shirt. So I could have like the neon T-shirt and the sport coat.
Dude, you
Is
should
that
go
Magnum?
all Hawaiian.
Yeah, the Magnum was Hawaiian. Yeah, no,
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. Yeah, I bought the Miami Vice kit up.
Have like a Doberman goes around with you. Some guy named Higgins.
That's
Nate can be
is
Higgins.
this
He
Miami
kind of looks
Vice?
like Higgins.
No, that's Higgins. Was that
He was like, he was like, Magnum, what are you doing on my property? Dogs, get him. He was like the uptight English guy with the little mustache.
I gotta watch me some Magnum. I don't know these. Yeah,
I never
Yeah.
watched it. This sounds hella dumb. But I never watched it, and then I got all into it recently. Like I liked the theme song, and then all these videos, right? It's hella dumb. Like
Yeah, that happens.
I looked up the Magnum PI theme song, and it looked exciting as
like
fuck.
dun, dun,
Like it's
dun,
like
dun.
scuba diving and
Yeah.
underwater wrestling, and he's helping some girl learn to swim, and there's dogs and guns, and a helicopter comes in, and there's drugs. You're like, geez, this is like checkpointing everything you need to do for an exciting ass time.
Huh.
It's great.
Yeah,
But-
Netflix is great, man. Yeah.
So it's nothing like that.
Oh yeah, no, I do teach people how to swim a lot, so there is the same. Yeah, there's certain similar and dogs, lots of dogs. Yeah, people leave dogs in cars. They do.
Do you give more swim lessons or do you crack more cases?
A little bit of both. Yeah, so you crack the case when they learn how to hold their breath underwater.
Oh, oh, ew. Did
Another thing I saw was
Sign.
you were on an episode or a couple episodes of Silicon Valley
Just
on
the
HBO.
one. Yeah, one.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's my best credit to date.
How did we get this guy in our living room, Nate? Did you slip him some money or what?
I told him we had a popular podcast.
So yeah, I get paid for this, right? I hear there's money's involved, right? Yeah.
Did you take
Checks in
Monopoly
the
money?
I do, yeah. So that was kind of a weird thing. Most of the roles I've got have just been kind of like through happenstance. That was Brian Crawl from the Comedy Spot.
Brian Crawl? I
the
love
Comedy
Brian.
Spot, Sacramento. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's great with the scene, and he's just like he does what's it called that show with Mark S. Allen. It was Mark at the Movies, but now it's called something else.
Yeah, I see him taking pictures with a
Yeah.
bunch of cameras and
Yeah.
updating his Facebook lately.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so I mean, he's been on that show for a while. It's actually a national syndicated show. So I mean, he just has some connections, and he's all about just growing the comedy, the improv community, arts here in Sac. So
Nice. Yeah, no, I just saw his card recently. It says owner on it, and then my mind wandered. I'm like, you obviously have some mafia connections. I need you to keep this comedy club open in Sacramento, no matter what. So doing all these improv nights and shit. But yeah, like Brian, we took a class with him for improv, right? Right.
Yes.
Well, he was there most of the time. There's like
yeah.
a couple
No,
times.
you
does
taught the
teaching.
class. He
Yeah,
taught
he
the
does
class.
teach. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
1 or 2 times that like someone else came in, right? Or no? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he posted about. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he got me that one. He's got me. Oh no, he got me the role for that movie with Omar Epps. I'm like a background extra that I do. Okay, this is visual. You can't see this, but this is what I do in slow motion. I'm
Swimming
dancing
in the air.
And yeah, it's air swimming. Yeah, so I'm dancing at a club in slow motion, air swimming with a movie with
Nice.
Omar Epps. But yeah, I mean, it's just like
But you totally improvise that, huh?
yeah. That was
Was
one of those.
was there a choreography?
There was not actually. It was funny. They put me in a better spot. I was going to be one of the main people up front dancing with this girl. So like they had me just dancing with this girl, and I don't know how to dance. Like obviously you saw my air swimming. That was how I dance. So they had me do that for a minute, and they filmed the scene, and they stopped. Like, hey, why don't you go back there? So that was kind of that was kind of what happened to me at Silicon Valley too. Like I like the show. So when they were looking for like people, like I applied, and I got like a role. I was hoping it was gonna be like this big role, and it was investment banker number 50. So it wasn't going to be like something huge, but I was like, hey, I'm going to be on Silicon Valley. I can say I was on HBO. That's cool. So like I show up that day, and it was actually getting filmed at ATT Park. So I ended up like being like down on the field. I got to like run the bases. It was like it was actually like really damn awesome. So they're setting everything up. It was like a rainy day, and then like again they looked at me and like in the back. So I'm like standing in the back, but then it starts raining and they make everyone leave. And then when the rain stops, they tell everyone to go back to the spots that they're supposed to be in. And I know where the camera is, so I just walk up to the spot where the camera is. And Mike Judge was the director. He wrote the show in the first season. So he was directing that episode as well. He's the guy from Beavis and Butthead and like King of the Hill. This was like a guy like I knew growing up.
Hero.
Like, it was like a hero.
That's awesome.
So I stood right where I wasn't supposed to stand in front of the camera, and he walked up to me and was like, "Is this where you're supposed to be?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he walked away. So I ended up being like a featured extra on the show because I lied to Mike Judge's face.
That's hell of a-
Straight to his face, I lied.
Oh
So,
my God,
Yeah,
that's
season
funny.
2, episode 1. I'm like right there in the front, like in the very first.
And what are
scene
you
of it.
doing in the scene?
I'm wearing a hat. It's basically one of the characters. They're trying to get investors, so they invited everyone to ATT Park, and one of the main characters like trying to hit a ball, and he misses, and I'm just standing behind him while he misses like 3 times. That's what I stand.
That's cool.
With a hat.
Did Mike Judge talk to you? Dude, that's
Talk to
cool,
me.
dude.
No, it was. Yeah, it was a hat. Yeah,
Hey,
it was-
Beavis.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I just tell everyone when I go to the show, introduce me, say, this is Jason from HBO. You've seen him on Silicon Valley. And then they all think I'm the main character, that Richard guy. They all think
Oh, my God.
They all think I'm Tom Middleditch. Like, I get a lot of people talking to me after shows, like, oh, I love you on that show.
You should just start practicing his parts.
I'm like, yeah, you don't know me, but I'm like, no, I just say thank you. I'm like, yeah, I love me on that show too. You're right. Good.
Nate met Selena Gomez at Roseville Galleria.
Oh, what
Yeah.
was she buying? Do you know what you have with the bags?
I think she was buying shoes because it was at
Shiz.
Aldo
Checks out.
shoe store.
That checks out.
Yeah. Even if you're lying,
I think it was
still
her.
sounds good.
I think it was her. It looked like her.
It looked like her.
I said it's funny too because when she walked in, I was like, "Hey, I don't know if anyone told you this, but you look like Selena Gomez." She's like, "Oh, yeah, I get that a lot." And her friend was like, "She is Selena Gomez." And I looked again. I'm like, "Yeah, that really, really, really looks like Selena Gomez."
But why would her friend rat her out like that?
I don't know.
She's like, Susie, I told you not to tell him I'm Selena, stupid bitch. Like, I don't know why they would do that. Who's the, this is a random switch, but who's that? Is it Ariana Grande who sings, I've been here all night, been here all day, and you got me walking side to side?
Yes.
Okay.
I just said yes. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know that Ariana.
All day.
I know Ariana Grande is Ariana Grande. That's all I know.
Ooh, yeah. Ariana does give me a grande. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, she's grown up to be a beautiful young yellow. Jesus Christ, look at her.
Smart woman.
Yes, smart, very smart. She's marketed her product.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Meh.
Meh.
Hey, you got any funny stories of when you're on stage?
No.
Not really. I don't know. I just
Damn it! I thought that was a good question.
The best question never has failed.
I don't know. Nothing really like out of the ordinary. Yeah, just some weird clubs. Some I've only really had like one bad heckler ever.
Really?
Yeah, because
That's good.
I'm the gay guy in town. I'm like the one gay comic. So I did have one guy like talking about his things. He's like, hey, it was the day of there was like a gay pride parade or something happening in town, and he was like, they're like, hey, you should be at that place. But like I think like I don't think he was trying to be a bigot. I think he was just trying to be helpful. Like, hey, oh, you're gay too. There's a thing that you all do now. That's what you should do.
He was just suggesting.
Yeah. So I think he just felt bad.
And by the way.
Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary. Honestly, happens all that much in the Sacramento scene. We have a pretty good, attentive like arts community that does get involved. There's some bars that are kind of weird that you'll do the open mic at, where there's just like weird people you have to deal with. But yeah. I mean, that's just kind of I think.
Yeah,
par
like
for the
people.
course.
I noticed that like people that have no idea there's a comedy night that like came there. What the hell is this going on right here? I just want a beer or whatever, something like that. Hey, what do you guys think? Spin the wheel?
I think it's wheel time.
I think it's wheel.
I
really want to do that. So
the base for this wheel has to cost like a lot. This is an expensive base.
It's made of space titanium.
It looks like it, yeah.
The only thing that can kill it is Mechagodzilla.
Spin that wheel.
So the wheel's double-sided now. We're going to put it on this side with the most things and spin it. And whatever points straight up is the topic. Wait, did you just stop it? What? Joke box. Okay, joke
box.
Oh boy. So we have like all my joke boxes, all my jokes that are like in the crock pot simmering are right in front of you.
Oh, right
so we're just gonna pick one random one out and like hope that it doesn't offend anyone, which it typically does. Unfortunately, hopefully.
Golf.
Oh God.
Golf. Oh, there's more on the back. So are you just going to tell the joke? Do you want me to? One of the fun games that we'll play sometimes, if you find someone's set list, you'll try to write what the joke is.
Yeah.
To do
yeah,
so.
Let's see what
I'm going to make a joke.
Okay.
So you know about like how businessmen and like laugh. LAF is a word, I guess. Triangle AF. You know, like how businessmen sometimes they wear those shirts for their fraternity, like the Triangle AF. You know, like why are like businessmen like the woman at the end of pornos? Golf, right? Golf. You got pretty close, right? So, businessmen are just like that all the time. They're like that woman at the end of the porno. Golf.
Oh, I like the way he did it.
Is that good?
Yeah. That's good.
How's this go?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. That made me cry a
It's
little.
not triangle, it's delta.
It's delta.
Yeah, it is delta.
It's delta.
Yeah, it is. Is it delta? Is it all right? Were you going for delta?
I don't even know what it says. I can't.
Delta AF.
Half the time I can't
I'm
read
try to
my.
card it to you.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was not. That wasn't good. I could move easier, I think. Nope, you got it.
All right. This says
Golf.
golf. Businessmen in golf. Why are businessmen like the women at the end of a porno? Because they always be like golf.
Okay. Wasn't that a more mid porno? Oh no, I guess one came by the end. Yeah. You have to show the ending.
It's more like 3/4.
Yeah.
See, that's what's wrong with the joke.
Yeah.
It's not accurate. At the end, it's more like a little. I don't know. I don't really. We were talking about the ends of pornos and credits. Like credits are like Bigfoot. Have you ever seen the credits of a porno? Porno credits are like Bigfoot. No one's ever really seen them because like who cares, right? And what's with these hour-long pornos? You know, I
miss those days. Remember in the days like in the 80s, like the pornos had stories and stuff? Yeah, like I want that.
Stories that you never finish.
Yeah.
Well, here's my funny concept.
Yeah.
I'm actually on a porno break right now because I feel like, you know, that if you watch too much porn, it sets your expectations like way too high or something. Like you should be getting that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to reset for a while and not do it. But that being said, when you go to these websites, it's all these little 5-minute clips. And then they all go to like bigger clips. And those people put like time and effort and budgets into like an hour long of this. Mm-hmm. And I guess they're just really trying to provide an escape for everybody. Is that what it is? But back to the credits. Does anyone watch all the way through to the credits?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I'd say I used to, but it's like you said, like you don't watch that whole. I'm just gonna. You like that one scene. I'm just all about that time right when the pizza guy is dropping off till right when they're done with the first slice of sausage. You know, it's like that. You know, and then you just rewind to that 3 minutes over and over back on the VHS.
That's right. You get little pause points. Yeah. You're like, 2:33.
Do you remember the old video stores where they had that like little curtain in the corner? I was like, what's back there?
Oh, you don't
Better
know.
movies? Like,
yeah.
No, you're not allowed to go back there. Like, well, now I want to go back there.
Oh,
And you know what's funny is when I was old enough to go back there, except for like Goldie's, I never even went back there. But when you were young, you'd walk by and like even in your peripherals, you'd be like, "Oh, I saw a body. I saw a boob with a star."
so I used to work at Tower Records, and so Tower had that little section in the back, but it was closed off by like swinging saloon doors.
On Broadway or over
I was on the
Hofbräu?
Sunrise.
See Hofbräu?
So like one of the things they do is that they keep like a greatest hits record of everything that happens at the store, like this video cassette from all the surveillance videos.
nice.
So it has most of people stealing stuff, people getting
tell.
tackled.
Yeah.
Okay, but the best thing on that surveillance tape is this kid. He's maybe 11, 12. So he's doing that thing you were describing. You walk by the saloon doors and you can looking over. He's trying to see the bodies that are over there.
Yeah.
So he keeps walking by. He walks by a couple times looking. And then what he does is he bends over because there's like room between the saloon doors and the ground, and he kind of like peeks his head through, leaves, and then he comes back. And now, so I think what he was thinking is that there was some kind of a sensor that when you open the doors, they would know someone went in there.
Yeah.
So what he does is he crawls underneath the saloon doors, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay,
Ninja.
I thought that was the payoff. That was the funny thing. I'm like,
Oh,
that
God.
was kind of funny. So then that wasn't the good part. He walks in, he picks up one of those dirty VHS because they don't sell the actual VHS tape. Like you have to, that's just sitting there. It's always sitting there. You have to go in the one
Yeah.
they have it behind the counter, the actual thing they sell the person.
Yeah, yeah.
He picks up the dirty VHS like just tape cover that has like the picture of the naked lady, and he licks it.
No way.
Yeah. So no, he licks the tape, and so by this point, like after he crawled in, security was already kind of making their way around, but like they got there right like a little bit after, like a couple seconds after he licks this thing.
Do you think he thought like a girl? Like it tasted like a girl?
I mean, because this is pre-internet. I mean, like the internet kind of existed at this point in the '90s, but it wasn't like readily available. So like that was the closest you can get if you're.
I mean, I remember my sister and mom getting Victoria's Secrets in the mail, and I'd get home from school first, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, what's this?"
See, I had like Sears catalogs. That's what I had to deal with.
Yeah.
I remember the Sears catalog.
Yeah, that's what it was
That's
about.
funny.
So then the kid, he licks it. Security gets there, and I think like, okay, this is the payoff. But then no, they're sitting there talking to him for a minute, and then they walk over to the jazz section with the kid of Tower Records, and I realize, oh, they're walking to his mom. He's there with his mom right now.
Oh,
so
no.
you can see him like talking with his mom, and you can see like the point where they say like, hey, we caught your son in the porno section, and her face just kind of drops. She gets more so gets mad. She's getting mad at this point, and then they're like, no, we got more to tell you, ma'am. So, then you can see that the talking goes on.
Talk, and then they did like he's like,
and then it was he didn't pantomime it, but you can tell exactly in the story when that happened because it was just
she went like her eyebrows went like eyebrows scrunch.
Mad went to like, oh, I'm so sad, like
oh my God,
so that was the best.
God,
It's
so
funny
much
because
stuff.
like, so he didn't want to go through the saloon doors.
Yeah.
It's like they auto detect minors.
Yeah, like he thought like there's like one of the Bings or something. I don't know, like what he thought was going to happen. Yeah, but I had that same fear. I think like when you go to those like gas stations, they used to have those a lot. They still have those. I think that's the only place you can buy physical porn nowadays is like gas stations
Yeah,
and
really?
like sex shops. But yeah, the beaded curtains. I'd be like, oh, I can't go through there. But hear the beads. Yeah, like that's a deterrent.
funny.
Just beads. Yeah.
I remember back in the day when it's like when you had cable and you go to that like channel 99 and it's like scrambled and you're like, ooh, I saw a boob. Yeah. And then you're like trying to like move your head back and forth real quick.
I never rationalized that, but that's actually smart. Yeah.
It just makes you dizzy.
Yeah. Just like Lovewell. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy thinking about porn and how much it's evolved in the last 20 or 30 years.
Oh, well, so I wonder, so you were talking about the credit scenes. I wonder if we'll ever get like the Marvel point, like how we have that like extra scene at the end of the credits. That would be the hidden thing. Would you ever seen like
That'd be cool. Like it turns away from the set and it sees like all the camera, and then all of a sudden like the girls start making out with the camera guy, and it makes you think like, you know, that whatever, you know what I mean? It just something after, like someone bumps the camera and it spins.
It sets up the next one. You know, it's like they show Thor's hammer for some reason. Like, oh, okay, why Thor was in this one? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I kind of picture like Morgan Freeman at the end saying, "You've watched too much. Might want to call this phone number. If you're watching this far, no porno, you should seek help."
The Gamblers Anonymous.
Morgan Freeman at the end, he's all, and then the penguins march 50 miles and
really
incubate the egg in the winter.
Really specific penguin porn. Yeah.
Penguin porn.
There's got to be a market for that. I bet there'd be a good market for Morgan Freeman narrating. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Yeah.
Nate has this joke similar to that. I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal it, but
About Morgan Freeman?
no.
Morgan Freeman and
No.
penguin porn. Yeah.
No, about like bestiality and like, I don't know. Do you want?
Yeah. So the joke goes something like,
Do
it's like,
Do it like you do in the show. Dance,
like-
monkey, dance.
Do it with the. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll just do it.
Oh, keep doing stand up. This is gonna happen.
All
This
my
is what
jokes
happens.
start like, yeah. So
all
None
his
of that-
jokes start like.
Yeah.
So you ever wonder?
no, it's like
Why do they?
Just tell him already.
try? Okay, so like I thought it was funny. It's like it's like anyone talks about bestiality, or if you see something that's bestiality, it's like the first reaction is like, ugh, that's just disgusting. That person needs to be on an island
When
or
like a
whatever.
human and an animal.
But it's
Gross.
like you go to like your buddy's house and like his like pug is like humping the cat. You're like, that's cute.
It's like cross species bestiality for animals. You're like, ha, ha, ha. But when it's with a human, you're like, ugh, disgusting. But
That is speciesist, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
But anything a cat does is kind of cute. You
What-
know? Right, yeah. It's like, oh, look, the cat's getting it. That's okay. That's cute. Yeah.
Right?
Except getting hit by a car. Yeah. Something like that. I mean, there's okay. Yeah.
Nate,
Bestiality and dead animals. We got sad and weird fast.
Nate, yeah, exactly. Nate has a kitten bestiality story too.
Oh.
That or he trained a kitten to box
Was it? Wait, what?
with a speed bag. Well, if you know what I mean. No, he was getting busy one time and
With
he
a
was
female person, human
with a
being.
with
not
a
with an
human
animal.
being.
Good.
Human being.
And he was also babysitting a kitten.
Oh.
And so at a certain point, the kitten started batting the speed bag,
Oh. Uh-huh.
and
Kitten swatted at my balls when I was having sex.
That's sharp claws.
It was cute, but it was weird, and I jumped up. Like, what the hell?
That's probably the best way for that to end too. Like, what if it was the best sex ever?
I'm like, keep going, kitten, keep going.
Yeah, that's the new plateau that you have to beat every time.
oh god,
It's like I have a laser pointer stick, like pointing at my balls.
Yeah. Would it be the first time?
I'm burpy, man.
do you need to be?
How do you burp yourself?
I don't know.
You just do the truffle shuffle.
I hope I never have to do that. We work at a hospital where there's like this place next door. The long-term care is older people, and they get their diapers changed and stuff. And it's like we're all going to be there someday. I don't like to think about that, but adult diapers are a reality. Like at some point, we may or may not be at a store, and we'll be picking out the most absorbent diaper that fits the best.
I bet Nike will make diapers by that point. So it's like
There'll be
like
swooshes,
cooler diapers.
Swoosh on the diapers.
Yeah.
It's like you have the
There'll be Adidas
XJ900 diapers.
All the Russians have the Adidas diapers. No, I'm joking.
I want to get the bag. Or is the bag only for pee? Can you get a poop bag too?
I don't know. Yeah.
Is it
How much money you
It's
got?
called a
bigger
catheter.
tube? Yeah, a catheter. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, do they make butt catheters though?
You just gave me an idea. You could have like a on-demand incinerator for both urine and feces, like in your pocket. It's battery operated, so as soon as you start peeing, it just turns it to steam.
It's a vaporizer.
It just comes out a little chimney.
That'll be good.
Vaporize
Yeah, you
it.
can vape that. Yeah.
Like, do you even
Should vape
vape,
life.
bro?
Yeah.
Finally get some get back to the vapors.
I saw this thing on the internet. I don't know if it was a joke. It looked like a joke, but it looked like it was real. It was like, remember Play-Doh? How you have those attachments to make different shapes?
Uh-huh.
It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
different shapes you shove up your ass to make your poop like stars or...
That's actually
I
pretty
want
creative.
spaghetti poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've seen the inserts for women on the run. They're like adapters, so they get like pee in bottles, like little pee funnel things. Have you seen these? They're
Oh yeah.
Like on
I
the
thought,
go,
I thought that was
the
a fake.
She-Go, Ego.
Yeah, so they could pee like a guy.
Pigo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
Was that fake?
I thought that was. Yeah, I was assuming. Yeah.
Did you guys ever see this? This is like 10 years ago. There was a thing called Bonsai Kitty online. And it was they put together a fake website where it showed a little kitten in a box, and it says with like a little exit hole, it's like, we super glue the kitten's butt to the side of the box. So all you do is put in the droplets in the. So basically, the idea was you grow this kitten in a box, and you could order it online, and it was fake. But all these people were like, "Oh my god, this is crazy," or maybe it was real, and I'm an idiot. But there's something like that.
So the poop would come out the side of the box?
That's what I almost want to see if it comes up on the website
Why
right now.
why
Bonsai
would you
Kitty.
want one?
Huh, yeah, I don't get. Yeah, I want the cat out of the box. I want to pet it. That's all I want out of a cat.
It's
Exactly.
like give me $10 and I won't punch this cat.
But it gave the impression that these things are really selling and there's really freak weirdos out there like this. And then someone, I don't know, some freak was like, hey, man, have you seen that website? I don't know if it's real or not. It's for bonsaikitty.com. I'm like, shut up. This is crazy. And then there's another one. It showed like this cat with like all these little braces. And it was like, I'm like, this is so weird. Oh, poor kittens.
Recently, I like the kitten topic. We should all kitten all the time. Maybe you should make a kitten podcast. Anyhow,
Kitten podcast.
Kitten, there's a website. No, this is real. This isn't a fake one. That it was hooked up with a lot of the SPCA's, and so they had like you can go on the internet, and it was live videos of like SPCA's like in the rooms of the kittens, and there was like various toys you can control from there. So if you logged in, you could like take control of like a laser pointer that would move around, and like the cats would like be playing with it live.
Yeah.
So like I was a good like week or so at work where that was just what I did. I was just playing with the kitties.
That is so funny. Mm-hmm. That sounds really fun, actually.
Yeah.
I would do that. Or like if there's something at the park where you could have like a little remote control boat and chase the ducks or something from like far. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've seen that before too. You go to like theme parks like Great America and you can remote control a boat or a little car and you just put the quarters in and then you get the control of it for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But this is way cooler what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'd rather play with kitties.
I'd rather play with the kitties.
Yeah.
What's that gamer shit? There's like playing games online and getting paid for it now, right?
Yeah,
And-
that's a thing.
Yeah, and then
Twitch.
Yeah, that's what it is, Twitch. And all these people are doing that now, man. That's like the future is, I mean, I'm already doing it. Is staying home watching Netflix, but the future is a bunch of people entertaining all the other people who stay home. And wait, isn't that what we have now? That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But pretty much, it's gonna be like Idiocracy, and then what was the other movie? Gamer. Did you ever see that?
No. The Idiocracy was Mike Judge.
Yeah,
Full
there you go.
Circle. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good one. Mm-hmm. But is this movie called Gamer, and basically the premise is that some girl, to make money, let someone online take over her body and control her for a short amount of time for money, and she'd have to do anything. She'd have to just go make out with strangers or do whatever the person online did it. And did you see that movie Gamer? And
No.
I think it had I want to say it had Russell Crowe and Ludacris and all these other weird names. But
Russell Crowe's not really a weird name. He's a pretty...
maybe it just has a Russell Crowe lookalike.
Uh-huh.
I almost want to pull it up on the internet, but once it goes online, it'll put a little clicker, a pop in the recording, like.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I did see it.
Oh, did you see
There was
it,
like one that
Julia?
was kind of like that, where there was like a murder or something like that.
I've seen something like that, but it was called Being John Malkovich.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, this one was weird. It was
This is the...
post-apocalypse.
Huh.
Did you like that movie?
Being John Malkovich?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie. The second one's coming out for some reason.
Oh yeah,
They're making
there
a
is.
sequel. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be all about. Yeah.
I just saw it again like a month ago. I was like, I remember this movie was good, but it's so weird.
Yeah, that's how I know I'm like in my 30s now, because I like movies like that and Lost in Translation, like thinking movies, Sideways.
Lost in Translation was such a head fuck the first time I saw it. I was like, "What is this about?"
What did he whisper?
It twisted my mind, but then I kind of liked it. It was like such a weird, quiet movie. It's just you felt the emotions more.
Yeah.
Sideways was about what again?
It was about drinking wine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, with the weird looking guy, Paul Gigliamani.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That guy is fucking great.
Yeah, he's a really good character actor. Yeah, except he was in that the weird M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Lady in the Water. You've seen Lady in the Water? Yeah, I think he was like the main guy in Lady in the Water. Yeah. I don't know why. We mentioned something good. Paul Giamatti. He's a great actor, and I bring up the one bad thing that he did. Oh, don't you remember? There's the bad. He's not always good.
Funny.
He's bad sometimes. Some people are bad.
I liked him in American Splendor. I thought that movie was great.
American Splendor. Yeah. Oh, is that's that one guy? Huh?
It's like the comic book movie.
Yeah, he's got the hair and he's a legs, torso.
Hair, legs, torso.
One of them.
He has a hand.
Yeah, he's
Two hands.
I always get him confused with Pig Vomit in the Howard Stern movie. Is that who? Who's that guy? Oh,
That's
it doesn't
him.
matter.
Yeah,
Is that
him? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
It
he's
is?
Pig
Oh,
Vomit.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
See,
He's that guy. Yeah.
You remind me of that guy, Pig Vomit.
I
You get that?
I thought you were just saying pig vomit, not a character. That guy reminds me of Pig Vomit. He's like that guy.
That'd be a good host name. I'm your host, Pig Vomit.
Yeah, Jason's wearing a shirt with a lot of words on it, like really
Yeah.
tiny. What's it say?
You ever read the book Siddhartha?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you just did.
Oh,
This is the entire book Siddhartha that I'm
I was thinking, like, if you get thrown into prison for like life with that shirt, it's
Yeah.
not the worst shirt to get thrown in prison with. 'Cause you got some good reading material.
This is my favorite book. Yeah, it's like the one book that I have a shirt form.
You got a synopsis?
Yeah, this is literally the whole book. Every single word of the book.
No way.
Yeah. This is some company. It was one of those Facebook ads. I buy Facebook ads. That's my life now.
Yeah,
See
they're
that?
all
Yeah.
tuned into.
Have
They
my
know
bag.
exactly what you like.
I don't have my bag.
They know your last name and your birthday.
I'm a male that buys like satchels.
Oh, wait
now
a minute. So it's
online.
like the Buddha?
Yeah, so the book basically it's
Yeah.
about this guy that ends up following the Buddha for a little while. It's basically about trying to like find reason to live, which is kind of my comedy. That's what my whole
Yeah.
thing's about. Find something you love. Like that's what life's about. So he does that for a while. Like he tries to find religion, that doesn't work. He tries to find like money. He tries to find sex. He tries like being like homeless and poor. I think he tries drugs too, maybe. Yeah, when he's doing the hooker
So it's
stuff.
like being American.
Yeah, it's basically like, what do you need? What are you gonna? What are you guys gonna do? What's your life? What you're gonna all die someday. So what's gonna matter? Why did your life matter? What are you gonna do?
I don't know why it'll matter, but at this point I'm just trying to have experiences and fun, because if I stress over everything, like how I don't own a house and I don't have 3-car garage right now and I just live in an apartment, then I'm just gonna die sooner, and
Yeah.
I don't want that.
That's a good answer. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and man, it's been a wild ride lately. Some people have been dying locally, like locally, people my age that were 37 died, had a cardiac arrest,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
once you get in your 30s,
Talking about DJ Horror.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm 37, so I have a 38th on April 25th.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old you are, but
36.
36.
Just turned.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we're like at the midlife crisis state.
Yeah,
we're like,
exactly. Right.
we
Yeah,
gotta
happy
start
late
taking
birthday.
care of ourselves. Yeah.
So how does it end? What's he find out?
He dies.
He dies not finding
how'd the
happiness.
book
So
get out?
yeah, it just depends what you want. You can think what you want to think. So one of the things he like founds like closeness to the world in is a river. So he ends up actually being like this guy that works at a river. At one point in his life, like he sees a dead deer. So he like looks in the dead deer's eyes and he like sees like how it looks like just like by looking through and seeing the deer's soul, that the deer knew what like it had a life and it did like the things that if it should do, like it
Yeah.
did, so it ends with basically him dying. He reconnects with the son that he had with the whore, and then when the son looks in his eyes, like he sees similar. They describe something similar to what the dead deer, so it's basically like yeah. I mean, that's
So he kind of just found a journey.
yeah, he did. Yeah, that's basically all life
Yeah.
is, right? You do
Yeah.
you do what you think you're supposed to do, and then you're gonna die. So hopefully,
Exactly.
what you did
And
matters.
in some ways,
Yeah.
try to find out what life is supposed to be about.
boom. Right? Yeah.
And maybe along the way, try to make the world a better place and not shittier
Yeah.
if you can.
Yeah, like DJ Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his real name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like that's he was a big news here. Like, I mean, yeah, he was like on like KCRA, like like nationwide news and stuff. Like people pick this thing up. Like that's kind of an awesome thing. Like he's
Yeah.
done like a bunch of cool stuff. Like he's got artwork all over town.
Yeah.
He's been like integral to the music scene here, the art scene in Sac. He's one of those guys that like his death mattered, right? Like or his life mattered. Like that's a pretty damn cool thing.
There's a skate park right near here. I used to rent sound out and all the ramps and everything. He did an event and something like Nike rep. He was networking with. He was just like, hey, if you want, you can bring out the sound, and this guy will give you like a new pair of shoes and a little bit of money. I'm like, all right, cool. So he hooked me
Nice.
up with that gig, and I set up all the speakers on top of the ramps out there, and then he DJ'd while everyone skate parked or did the tricks and stuff. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. But yeah, he's been in the scene, and that's cool.
And he's like, all right, I know he's got a daughter too, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a GoFundMe page. So if you're listening, go donate to someone that was awesome. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a daughter, and I'm sure they're trying to figure out how. I'm sure they weren't expecting this. So
Yeah.
if you can help out, definitely help
or
out.
just go outside and do something awesome today. Yeah,
Exactly.
make your life matter, man. It's fleeting.
Exactly. It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, here's the back. I'll take it back to the beginning of the show, which is the taxes. And basically, the concept is really funny if you think about it. Is like, so the year was 1913. It's a kind of good time to talk about it. So it's been about 104 years. And they said, hey, we need income tax, and basically all year they take a portion of our paycheck and then they give us a deadline to make sure that they took the right amount and they don't need more. It's like so crazy to think about to me. But I mean, I know we got to make things, go fund.
Got to pay for roads
Us.
and police to kill us.
Yeah, exactly. You got to pay for the bombs to be made and dropped that without our consent to other places. So.
So how many people did that bomb kill?
Like 60 or 30. It's like 36.
Moad. Yeah, so Moad killed like 36. Like the bus killed more people than that today. Like
Right. I heard it was like a
paper cuts have killed more people than that.
I
today.
heard it was like a
Crazy.
$300 million bomb, but maybe that was just to develop it. But that's a lot of money for one bomb.
It's so ineffective. Like the number of people that we killed. Like you could have done work better with less.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And I think what it really comes down to is the people. I mean, this is just ranting, but the people that are in control at the top within the military industrial complex, you know, they have all these bids. It's just like real estate brokers working together, get on Wall Street, and then they just get these contracts set up for the bomb that isn't really worth that much. but I'm gonna get my taxes done. I don't know what you guys use.
I still have.
Wow, you guys
I
are procrastinating.
I use my dad.
Use your dad?
Well, yeah. So my problem with taxes is comedy-wise. Oh, should I talk about this? The government's never going to listen to this, right? Yeah, the government.
No.
Won't. Yeah. So I keep a list. Actually, wait. I have a legal way to talk about this. For comedy, you write off all the things like airfare or hotels and travel expenses, mileage on my car, and then I keep a ledger of wells, like how much money I made at every single show. So I had that ledger in my car, and I did that horrible thing. Like it was in my trunk with a bunch of stuff, and I was like at a stoplight, and I wanted something in my trunk. So I ran out of my car in the middle of the stoplight, pulled the thing out. I heard something flop on the ground, but then like I didn't think anything fell, and I drove away.
That's my dick. No, it's all good.
And then that was what I dropped. I ended up going back the next day. I lost that in like a journal. I ended up finding the journal, which was great. But then I lost my ledger. It was pretty much what I have for. It just had like the list of every single show that I did, so I know the mileage. But I can look back on my Facebook and my social media, so I can see like, okay.
So you kind of remind yourself.
Yeah, so I have a list that I can use, but I had one that was all on a calendar, very easy for me to look at. Now I got to go back through my Facebook for a whole year and look what is every single show that I did, figure out where that venue was to where I drove from to get my mileage. So that's why I'm kind of procrastinating on taxes.
And that's like your plan for Sunday night at midnight.
It's gonna suck so bad. I'm gonna have to go back at the beginning.
Sounds like a lot of work.
See all these horrible things
Gotta
I posted
retrace
about. God, I used to really like Lost.
So what are you doing
TV
Sunday?
show, I
I'm
don't know.
retracing my last year. Well, it's a good thing you're a private investigator.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I had an opinion about Walking Dead that night.
You know, the only thing worse than losing that, and that it would be really bad. Don't get me wrong, but I sometimes I can't find my joke book for just a little bit, and I'll be like, damn, where was I working on that at work? They're gonna find my joke book about all these what I mean, just horribly inappropriate.
Golf.
Why are business?
Yeah. Yeah, so instead of doing my album, man, I left my whole album joke book. And like it basically, I had the actual, the versions of old, like I keep my old set lists and everything, but I had like the whole condensed version that I was going to do the order of the hour. And I did a show at Punchline in San Francisco, and I left that whole notebook there.
Wow.
So I just got,
no.
I still haven't really. I've kind of been mad about that. I was supposed to be doing a couple walkthroughs last month of my hour, and then at the end of the year, I'm supposed to record it for the label. But then I kind of got so mad that happened that I haven't like put everything in order since then. So I need to redo that. But I know the order pretty much in my head. And it's just I got to like kind of
How many jokes are in an hour, do you think?
So that's one of the things too. You'll notice like the longer you start doing it, like when I go to an open mic, for example, I'm doing 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll probably have a piece of paper with like maybe 6-7 words on it. You know, like 6-7 jokes kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then the longer you start doing it, like when you do like a 30-minute set, you can't. If I have 6 words, 7 words for 5 minutes, so times that by 6.
You can't have like
so now
six.
now I have like 40. I can't do math. What's 6 times 6? I don't know.
36.
36. So you can't have 36 words on a thing. So basically what you start doing is you like that little 5-minute set. Initially you're doing a whole bunch of weird different topics, but you were like, I got all of my like jokes about being a drug addict together. I got all of my jokes about like maybe work together.
And then the transition
that
at the
becomes
end.
like a 5-minute like bit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now I have like one word like rehab. Rehab is like a 6-minute bit. So at the end like my hour is going to be probably like 12 words because it's going to be cut up on a CD too. So in theory, like around 5 minutes for each part, but there's like some jokes that are like 2 minutes, some jokes that are 6-7 minutes. Yeah. It depends. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing stand-up?
A little over 3 years now. So actually it's pretty new in like stand-up wise. I mean, there's lots of cats that have been doing this for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
But then there's people too that just kind of blow up, like Johnny Taylor, for example. Like he's like one of the bigger guys here in Sac. He's moving to LA here in a minute. I think he had his first album out within his second year. He already recorded his like second special. Like he's on his way to LA. I think he's like maybe year 6, 7 now. And there's other people that are like been doing this 20 years and they're still having trouble getting club work, and they're still not recording a thing. So I think honestly 3 years is kind of pushing it for me, but I do have like a good hour, and especially because a lot of my material, this album's going to be about rehab, because that was kind of the big thing that happened with me was the horrible the drug issues, and then getting better, and now like having like a year being sober, not all consecutive, but now we were talking about that about like 4 months now of consecutive. So like this it's kind of a cohesive idea. It's kind of what we're talking about too, is like what's life about? Like that's kind of what this album's about, is what are you gonna do? What's gonna matter? It's my midlife crisis kind of an album.
Right.
So I kind of just want to get this recorded and get done with, so that way I can kind of start moving on to other topics. Because I am kind of getting tired of talking about like specifically like the rehab issue. Like I'm probably always gonna be talking about drugs and just being a human like throughout my career, but the specific, like, hopefully this is my only rehab album. Like, yeah.
So like when you do jokes for like an album or something like that, do you never do those jokes again pretty much?
In theory, that is the rule. Yeah. I mean, like, so if you've seen Tom Segura Netflix special and you go and see Tom Segura live and he does the jokes from the Netflix special, you're probably going to feel a little cheated. Mm-hmm. And comedy is one of those things too, where it's not like music. Like, I mean, occasionally, like I like comedy, so like I'll rewatch someone's comedy album. I'll rewatch like Chappelle's Killing Him Softly, or you rewatch some old Pryor or whatever, and like I kind of like hearing that same joke again. But for the most part, you don't want to hear, after you hear a joke, you know the joke. You might tell it to someone else again, but like if you sit and watch it again, it's kind of weird. I don't think there's a lot of repeat value in comedy in general. So
it's not like classics. Like we want to hear your classics.
Yeah, no, tell me the knock knock joke about the bar. Like you're just not going to get that. So yeah, in theory, you record the album. That's it. Now do something new.
Yeah.
What's like the the whatever process for open mics? Like, do people just use the same jokes and that's like okay because they're just working on it basically?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, that's what you should be using open mics for. I suggest too, like maybe when you first start out, just do whatever and then see what works. Whatever people laugh at, keep. Whatever people aren't laughing at, throw away. Or condense things down too. If you have a bit that takes you 3 minutes to get to one laugh, you should probably cut out the stuff that you don't need at the beginning. And
trim the fat.
Yeah, and then make the fat funny too. So after a while, once you get like something that works, get like a good opener and a good closer, and then I'll kind of sandwich stuff in between there. But like right now, for example, I'm doing like a lot of stuff about rehab, so it sucks because maybe I have like a bit where I talk about like a specific thing about rehab, and then I have a joke that ties into that. I have to tell that whole old joke, the part that ties into that other one, if I want to test it all at once. So it sucks. Sometimes I might do like a really similar set of 5 minutes because I'm just working on like a 1 minute variation within that set. Mm-hmm. So if I want to test other weird parts, how they work.
Yeah. It may seem like the same joke, but you're trying different variables within it.
Yeah. But then once that's kind of just specific for those things. But if you're not working on a big ultimate topic and you're just working on a bunch of different things, I just suggest have 2 good jokes. Have one good joke at the beginning that's an older one. Have one good joke at the end that is going to work as a closer, and then sandwich a bunch of crap in the middle. It doesn't matter. You get people on your side at the beginning, and then you close strong.
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. Good advice.
So how many shows would you like when you're like doing open mics? Like how many nights a week were you trying?
Do it every night, man.
7 nights a week.
Yeah, I mean, Sacramento's got a good scene. I mean, you can pretty much do an open mic every night except Saturday, and then sometimes the people you can make a Saturday show, but when I was first starting, I did kind of get the bug, and I was pretty much actually when I started there was multiple nights where you could hit like 2 or 3 mics in a single night.
Yeah.
So I would do that. I was getting at least 7 to 10 shows a week. I just kind of consistently started doing it, and then it was funny too because at first it was just like I wanted a thing to do, and then like it sucked because like I bring some friends out to shows, but they wouldn't want to come out like consistently like 3 times in a night.
Right.
They wanted to continually do that, but then eventually like these other guys that were going to the shows too, that were going on the mics as well, other comedians. Those are my friends now.
Yeah.
So now it's not like I'm going to a show just to like work on weird stuff without my friends. I'm going to shows to hang out with my friends now.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of. That's the fun part of doing the mics. But then eventually, if you want to do comedy as work, you don't go to mics. I go to shows with other comics that I probably don't know. So it's not really me hanging out with friends. It's me meeting weird. It becomes work. So that's kind of a weird.
It becomes like
networking
and stuff.
Yeah, it becomes networking. But I mean, most of the comics are cool. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you're gonna be opening for some guy that doesn't like you. It doesn't like your material. Yeah, there's gonna be weird stuff you have to deal with. It does become work. There's work aspects of it, So I mean, I still like going to mics. Mics are fun, man.
So me and Nate and several people we interview are going through the open mic stage. So what advice would you say to people that are just getting started in terms of like balancing their life and getting it out?
Is there
to open
balance
mics?
anymore at this point?
Keep your life, man. Yeah, it's very easy to like just get like engulfed in the scene and stop hanging out with your old friends. Like keep regular people in your life, man. I think that's really important. Don't burn out all your regular people too. Like you're gonna get people to book you on a show and be like, hey, come out to this show, and like we call it bringers. So they'll book you basically because they know you're new in hopes that you're going to bring 40 of your friends to the show to sell out the venue. If don't do that at all. I suggest do those shows. Like you want to get any work you can get, but don't bring 40 of your friends out to Laughs Unlimited on a Tuesday. Do that, please. Like, Laughs is a great show. I love Laughs. But Laugh Great Club. That's where I'm doing my World Series show. But like, if you waste all your friends, if you bring them out to like an open mic on a Tuesday, they're probably gonna see you. Like they'll say they saw you, and they're probably never gonna come out and see you again.
Right.
And open mics are crappy people. Like like the weird comics that are just starting out. Like bring your friends to a real show. You get them like a showcase.
That's why I'm kind of waiting. Everyone's been waiting and bugging me and this and that, and I'm like, I think I want to just hang tight, develop my game for a little bit. The other question that I've been experiencing too, I would say, is a lot of times I'm bumping into places like, oh, you didn't bring anybody, you can't come on tonight. And there's just been like, is it just you just got to roll with the punches?
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's some nights I show up at a place and I won't get up too. Like that still happens.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice too when you have a friend that likes comedy. I have a couple friends that do like shows. So if you can get someone out that does want to come see a show and help get you on a show, awesome. But don't worry about. Don't make that your main focus. Just keep showing up, keep being funny, be consistent, get funnier, and that's how you get gigs.
Good advice. Good advice.
Nice.
Hell yeah, motherfucker. It's been about an hour. I think we're gonna get wrapped up here pretty much, and we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
I think it's been a very energetic and stimulating conversation. There's some shit.
Yeah, it's been good.
Did that sound
Definitely get some
convincing?
good insights.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like the stuff at the end and the comedy stuff and all everything really. So
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm at Anderstorms.
give your deets out.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I'm at pretty Anderstorms on everything. Twitter and Instagram and then Facebook /Anderstorms. ANDERSTORMS. I picked one of those names that are like hard. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so
right.
I should be like cat poop. Follow cat poop.
Cat poop.
Yeah.
Everyone can remember cat poop.
Yeah.
I hate cat poop.
Yeah.
It smells funny. And then a quick shout out for your events coming up too, for the people that just joined us halfway or something.
Yeah, so World Series of Comedy, April 21st. Is this thing going to be aired by then? When's this airing? When do you
Yeah,
post
we'll
this?
probably do the
5
editing
days.
in the next couple days.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so yeah, in theory, if you got that, go on Twitter. I post all my dates. I got in May, First Fest. I'm gonna be at I think it's called Stitches in Pittsburgh in May as well. So yeah, if you're in Pittsburgh, PA for some reason, what else I got going on? Hopefully, I'm probably gonna be.
That's by Pittsburgh.
The Pennsylvania.
I have a
Pittsburgh.
friend that lives there. I'll tell him to go.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, does he have a couch? I need a couch.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey,
Dude, he does.
He does.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Networking. Yeah. I only know one comic in Pittsburgh, and he actually just ended up moving to LA, but he's going to ask some friends.
He's got like a
for me.
5-bedroom house,
Oh,
and he's
I love
there
it.
by himself.
I like the sound of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get him some tickets. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll get all the info and we'll put it in the information box below this video. And thanks everyone for listening. And if you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe and tune in next week. And we'll
Tell a friend.
and tell a friend.
Stay after the credits.
Yep. And don't forget to brush your teeth and all that shit. All right. Peace out.
Later.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Headphone ears.
Thanks, Rose.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So what's the name of the show?